What it do? What it do? My check, my check, shirt check. Yeah, what it do? What it do? It's your boy Juice the Flintstone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Hustle in the Bubble, where I talk about things tech, entrepreneurship, as well as business motivation, guys. And what is today? Today is Tech Tuesday. That's right, guys. And I give you guys on a weekly basis. I give you guys the headlines and the hot topics in regards to my ecosystem, that is Hustle in the Bubble, 50K and Co, my merch company. And like I say, Tech Tuesday, guys, I go over the hot topics in the tech world and what I consider the hot topics, guys. So today, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Let's get it. So my first topic, guys, is about facial recognition. Facial recognition in Ukraine, to be specific. So facial recognition, if you don't know what that is, that's pretty much the technology that's zooming in on your face, that kind of locates features in your face, your eyes, your nose. You may see some of these technologies representing like Snapchat. If you open your phone, your camera phone app, and you point it at somebody, that square that kind of wraps around somebody's face, that's pretty much artificial intelligence technology. And in regards to Ukraine, Ukraine is using facial recognition to identify dead soldiers, guys. So this is pretty much, for the sake of the war and casualties. I'm assuming dead bodies. You probably put your camera phone to this person, and for the sake of identifying these soldiers, in order to get these soldiers back to where they need to, as far as family wise, you know what I'm saying. So you can get that proper burial and things of that sort. And this is new technology, guys. I, I believe back in the day they would take like something out of your teeth and kind of try to identify you. But now I want to say it's a company called Clearview AI, and they said that they'll pretty much do it for free. And they kind of how it works is that they run your face, your picture through a big old database that holds like billions and a whole lot of pictures and data and information and of that sort. Um, so if it's a match, then they can get that body to the proper channels and family members. So I want to say when they develop this technology, it comes from a lot of the selfies and a lot of the Instagram posts and a lot of those 10-year photo challenges that everybody likes to do. Well, those are being stored somewhere and kept when you guys do that. And like I said, it just creates a whole database for people to go in and tweak with different data and different photos. And that's exactly where some of that technology and those 10-year challenges, how they help, the world in AI, for better or for worse. So that's pretty much facial recognition and what's going on in AI. And like I said, when I talk about these hot topics, hopefully you can, be proactive and use some AI or what have you, or just take heed to this tech space for my people, 50K and Co. And my followers to get in tune with some of this stuff that I talk about. Speaking of Ukraine and Russia, Russia recently they're supposed to be launching a social program, a social platform called Rossgram, and it's pretty much identical to Instagram, and this is because of the sanctions that America has put on Russia. I think I spoke about this briefly last week, but with some of those sanctions, I want to say Instagram as well as Facebook and a bunch of other social networks are kind of banned in Russia, and for like government purposes, and they're calling some of these technologies terrorist technologies almost. But in response, they came up with Rossgram because before the war, Ukraine and Russia, Russia did have a nice market space as far as Instagram users. A lot of people, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people were on the Instagram platform. And, this is people's livelihood. A lot of models and things like that, they're losing their livelihood in the midst of war. So to help these people, Russia created their own platform, So for the sake of globalization, everybody is starting to come up with their own technologies. And this is what Web3 is, and owning your own material. And as far as warfare, so like I say, facial recognition and all of this stuff. So I kind of want to tie all of this into security and warfare to kind of give us an edge, just to kind of stimulate the conversation. So the third topic I'm gonna talk to you guys about is Tesla. Speaking of like globalization, and Tesla has idle production over there in Shanghai at the Gigafactory, This is Tesla's I think the largest EV factory in the world, where they create about 2,000 vehicles on a daily basis. They're idle production because I think they just had a breakout. You know, um, the breakout. I don't even like saying those type of trigger words and things. With the virus and all of that. Um, so yeah, Tesla's kind of slow on their production. Yeah, I just felt like this was kind of news. Tesla's pumping out products, so when they don't get product to these certain places, I just spoke last week how they opened a gigafactory out there in Europe, and this was to cater to the demand over there in Europe for EV. So yeah, Tesla's kind of slow this week with the mandates, but I don't think Shanghai. I think they're in the process of, it was just to cater to that outbreak. I think it's just temporarily, so it was just to slow down. Um, Next is a company. I thought this was cool. It's a company called Treeswift. Now these people are using drones to collect data in forest. I thought this was pretty sweet. They're pretty much using cameras and sensors. Um, like I say, to navigate through forests, and the benefits of this is to kind of just, um, to help forests, to prevent forest fires, like Smokey the Bear. Um, just all type of upkeep, data collection, maybe animals. I want to say this is something that typically satellites and things of that sort were originally used for, but drones are a little bit more mobile. So I thought that was sweet. Just drone technology, introducing my audience to drone technology. So far we covered AI. We've covered social platforms and drone technology. So this is the new way, guys. Yeah. So um, also I seen in the news, lawmakers have introduced a new bill called the ECash bill or the ECash Act. And this is from CoinDesk.com. I believe some Democrats signed off on this bill that will create a eCash coin, and this is pretty much one of those digital dollars that I spoke about months ago. So you can kind of start to see some of this stuff we want to roll out. So in layman's terms, they're trying to come out with a digital dollar called eCash. Biden has been pro crypto and just looking into creating some of these different explore innovations in the crypto space, and this is what they came up with. Um, this is a part of their electronic currency innovation program, for the sake of coming up to alternative solutions to the dollar. Because I don't know what's going to happen with the dollar, but we're in a big headed to a big recession, and it's getting crazy. So they're coming up with this eCash, and I want to say the Treasury is in the process of rolling this stuff out. So in the midst of this Will Smith, Chris Rock drama, all of that, they're passing bills to get the dollar, a digital dollar out here. Now the benefits of it, is security and things of that. But some of the cons, and hopefully you guys can go back and look at my digital currency and CBDC video, just as far as them being able to control it. So for them to be able, the government to be able to put a hold on your dollar and stuff like that, I'm not really necessarily with that. Just for petty cash and gift purposes, you have your dollar monitored. So I'm not really with that, but they're passing these bills in real time, eCash. So when you guys hear about these technologies, know where you guys heard it first. So this wouldn't be a Tech Tuesday without me talking about Apple. And like I say, with the world changing and evolving, I want to say this week, Apple actually rolled out a digital driver's license in Arizona. Um, yeah, they have the digital driver's license that can be offered via iPhone and Apple Wallet, and Apple Watch as well. And just having a digital driver's license. Now, there's pros and cons to this as well. Maybe I'll dive into some of these new technologies and speak on exactly how I feel about them. I want to say, just for, security purposes and holding on to this, you know, having something physical, you may lose it, but you're less likely to maybe lose this digital driver's license. But once again, people to be able to control and have control over you, I'm not necessarily, that I'm with that, but it's already been rolled out. If you're in Arizona, Let me know if you guys have access to this feature. I have a cousin. What up, cuz, out there in Arizona? This was something that was offered on this iOS 15.4 update that recently happened that I covered with you guys. I didn't know that this was gonna be on here, but this was on here. So all my Arizona people, let me know. And I want to say, tap to pay. Um, for the sake of buying, identification and things of that sort. Finally, guys, another thing with Apple, and I'm all for like green, environment friendly technologies. And I just read something in the news that said Apple is looking to change some of the material that they make their iPhone SEs with. They're going to a more low carbon aluminum. And this is in their, I want to say a Canada company is doing this. And it's pretty much carbon free. They do like a hydro power baking or like a smelting process. And I just want to say that's when you melt metal. Now the metal that's in the Apple iPhone is pretty much for the frame, but in the smelting process, when you burn the metal, rather than like greenhouse gases kind of coming off of this metal, oxygen comes off this metal when they're melting it. So it's just a little bit more, um, environment friendly. So just even small little tweaks like that, and these big tech companies, I like to see it. For my ecosystem, we are DIY, so even jumping in the green space and trying to help some of these technologies become a little bit more environment friendly. I'm all with that. So it's definitely dope to see Apple get in these spaces and try to show some responsibility, environmental responsibility. Um, and that's pretty much it, guys, for this week on Text Tuesday. I don't try to take you guys' all of you guys' time, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys some new information. As always, my contact is down below. If you guys tap in y'all with my merch. I'm gonna be coming out with some new merch soon, but the merch we do have, y'all can get it at 50kandco.com. Y'all make sure if y'all want to contribute, invest, into my channel and my ecosystem, you can do so down below at my Cash App. My Cash App is the same as my business Instagram, and that's $50K and code promo. If you guys have any ideas, suggestions, critiques, y'all want to collaborate with me, my contact is below. I'm gonna keep dropping this fire. We're gonna keep expanding. I don't know nobody that's doing it like us in the tech space right now that's most consistent, giving y'all, these hot topics, making it look this good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know a lot of people doing it like us. So, like I said, I appreciate all my 19 subscribers. Yes, Tech Tuesday, guys.